Can you hear me now? Hello, everybody, and welcome to NARC Live on Wednesday, the 25th of August, 2021, coming to you from Norfolk here on the east coast of England, and from me, Tammy M0TC, in the lovely warm studio that we have here, and my partner in crime, who is out and about. Let's go to him.
Yeah, it's me, David G7RP. We're stuck out in the cold while Tammy's stuck in the studio. Can you believe that? It doesn't sound very fair to me. Anyway, welcome to NARC Live. In a moment, we'll be talking to everybody here and why we're here if you haven't watched this before. But first, let's tell you, on tonight's show, our trophy direction finding fox hunt live outside broadcast. Will anyone find the fox tonight? An East Anglian electronics retailer celebrates 100 years. And another great response to our new competition, Do You Know What on Earth This Is?
Okay, thank you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to David, who's at Thorpe Recreation Ground, to start off the fox hunt for us. So over to you, David.
Thanks, Tammy. I hope you really are enjoying the warmth. Thanks also to Kevin, the cameraman, who's looking at me. But everybody here, hopefully, we've got 8 teams, would you believe, which is really good. This is for our trophy fox hunt. If you watched our transmission last time in July, then you'll know roughly the sort of format of what we're doing. But this is more serious because this is actually going to be for the trophy, for the NARC trophy, which they'll receive, which I think Tammy's already shown you a picture of. So before we get everybody out, because in about 10 minutes' time, the fox will start transmitting. Although I must tell you now that this is not a race against time. It's all about how the hunters can find the fox in the shortest possible distance. We've already been around all of these vehicles, taken all their mileometer readings and everything, so that it's all about that, really. It's all about tactics, not a race. Anyway, let's just talk to a few people. They don't realise we're going to do that. Let's start from over here. Nev and team and David. So, are you looking forward to tonight?
I am. I've been looking forward to it for weeks.
Yes. So, I wish you said a bit more sincerity.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, that's a bit over the top. But anyway, well, good luck. I must just tell everybody here, I have mentioned it to a lot of you before, this will be more difficult, probably not surprising, than the friendly one we did last month. But just remember, I would never ask you to do anything that was dangerous. And that may be relevant later on. It's all right, you laughing, David, but
Not doing things that are dangerous.
well, I hope so, because the risk assessment's already pretty tough anyway. Richard, Ben, it's good to see you again. What about you? Are you looking forward to any sort of change in tactics this time?
We've got a couple of new antennas, which are completely untested. So I'm just kind of hoping that doesn't blow the front end out of my radio. And let's hope we can actually get there a bit easier. I've learned how to take a bearing now, so we'll be good.
All right, well, good luck to you both tonight. Okay, this is now. What remind us of your team name now, Sonny and
we are
Paul?
fully the Destruction Crew.
Right, the Destruction Crew.
That's
which
us.
are more famously known for doing antenna systems and stuff around the county for hams and things, or across the country even. Sorry, I should clarify.
And you were doing this. You did the friendly last month.
Yep.
Are you going to change anything the way you did things?
No, we're going to come stone cold last.
Every effort we've got a new system as well. We're testing an SDR play on the PC as well, so we're going to give that a try. Just something different.
All right, well, good luck to you. All right, you can go back to your cars and things with you. Are you going to take any readings on the field? Because we are going to be doing that.
I don't think the council would like my vehicle.
Not with the vehicle. But,
No, we're not doing hand ones.
You're not doing hand ones, okay. Some people will do. If you're watching this over for the first time, you'll see some of the different techniques that people use. Right, here we go. Now, this is the summer wine team.
The last of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you guys, you got the same equipment as last time?
Yes, same equipment. Yep.
Just got an extra member of the team. He's a pilot.
Right, Richard. Yeah, good to see you. So is this your first fox hunt?
No, it's not now.
No?
Yeah.
So you've done these before?
Yeah, your third one now. This is, yeah.
All right, and you've got all armed with the equipment. All right,
Yeah,
well,
all
good
armed,
luck to you tonight. We're going to let you go and start getting set up and take your first
He's got to
reading.
take his chair with him.
Oh,
Mate. He's got legs again.
Oh, look at that.
I know.
You've got
That's
you've
me.
got to see him.
I haven't got a
Sit
foggy
there,
stick,
get that one of them.
but I need to sit down. See, when you get to my age, you
Well,
get a problem.
So far, you've all done very well getting here, all right? So jolly good. That's all right for you laughing, Colin. Are you confident tonight?
Well, as confident as I was last time, yes.
And your team name, I believe, is Mirandering?
Meandering, still meandering, yes.
Still Mirandering.
From last time.
Jenny's still in the car as well. She's
Yes.
going to be your cohort, your partner in crime tonight. Well, good
Oh,
luck.
absolutely, yes.
Right, well, I wish you luck tonight.
Okay. I'll get some.
And Bitterness, you're the only representative.
I'm
Is the
the
others
only one
just shy,
here.
are they?
All the rest are on the field.
Okay, so they're already setting up.
They are, well, hopefully they get in the first reading.
Yeah, well, of course.
It's the only one we really need.
Really? Oh,
No.
That's confident. That's confident. Now, the Bitterness, of course, won the friendly we did last month.
We did indeed.
Was that? I mean, most people would agree. I think this competition now it's based on distance as well as instead of speed. There's a lot of luck involved as well. I mean, would you agree with that?
Yes, I think I would.
As well as just that. Well,
yes. There's a certain amount of luck, obviously.
as
Yeah.
I just said, there's an awful lot of. There'll be a bit more of a challenge about tonight, anyway. So good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
I'm
I'm
playing
ju-
it with my fingers crossed.
I'm just the driver, so
well, I think just the driver. I think the driver's got a very big part to play. Anyway, lovely to see you again.
yeah. Take care. Yes.
Cheers, Peter. Thanks. And Mike and
You've come-
Bob, you're here for the. You didn't make the friendly last
No,
month,
we didn't
but
make the
you're here
friendly.
tonight.
Yeah, we're the last to be talked to, aren't we?
I think so. Yeah.
But hopefully we won't be the last to turn up.
Now look at this gear here. Though this is different. We're going to have a quick look at this. I don't want to hold you up from taking your first reading, but this is the first time we'll have seen this on NARC Live. Can you just quickly talk us through it?
This is a portable Doppler system.
Ah, that's the RDF 41, isn't it?
Yep.
And that's that one from Holland. Because
That
I
is.
think another team last time used that as well.
We've-
Nev and his team. So you've made it in a portable form.
Portable form, so I can go on the field and do that from there. But a small handheld radio, you can use that
Yeah.
just as easily.
Just to detect on field strength.
Not necessarily, because you can use body shielding
Right.
to take directions.
For direction as well.
And sometimes I've had better results with that. With a
Really?
complex
And all
system.
of that? My
Yeah.
goodness me. And of course, you've got antennas on the car as
On
well.
the same system on the car for when it rains,
Right.
because this involves getting wet.
Yes. Okay. Well, for 4 minute rains or if? It always worries me when our friend Jim Bacon doesn't come to these things,
Well, I
because you just
know.
wonder he knows something we don't.
He knows all sorts of things we don't.
Anyway, Mark, I'm not going to stop you anymore. Thank you very much for
That's
taking
all right.
part tonight. Do go on the field and start taking your first readings. We're going to follow you in a moment. Tammy, how are things looking back there?
Yeah, we're good here. I better take off the live at Thorpe. Yep, we're all good here. We've got a few people on the Zoom tonight. We'll have a wave to those people. Hello. We've got the Fox there, and we've got a couple of other people too on there at the
Fox?
moment.
Oh, of course,
We've got
the
a
Fox, yeah.
Fox, yeah. So we might go to the Fox in a minute for the
Oh, I
first
can actually have a look at it now.
transmission.
Okay. Jolly good. Oh, well, good. Yes, I can see the Fox. He looks like he's in space somehow.
Maybe he is. But anyway, we're going to go back to you at the moment.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do now, we'll just sort of kind of eavesdrop on what people do. And we're not going to interfere with them because obviously your readings, I've lost the track of time here, but it's 19:13, a couple of minutes to go, I reckon, before the first transmission. So let's go over now to the field. Actually, we ought to just secure our car a little bit. Something I think we've forgotten to do. Let's at least shut the doors because it looks a little bit open. So there we are. We wrote nearly everything down, what we were going to do, but not this bit. Let's just secure the car. Okay. We were in a little bit of a rush, even though we thought we had more time. Kevin's got the key just to secure that. Okay, everybody, about 1 minute, just over a minute before the first reading. So let's just talk to you at home, especially if you haven't watched one of these before and never taken part in a direction finding fox hunt. We keep calling it a fox hunt. Firstly, it's very important to tell you there are no animals involved for sure. It's just the traditional name that's been given to this. It's a radio direction finding hunt, and it's been part of amateur radio for many, many years. Sometimes these competitions are done on foot, and often they're a mixture of both foot and vehicle. Tonight is pretty much vehicle only. We're hoping that we're not going to have a fallen over cameraman, apart from anything else. You've well negotiated, Kevin. And it's all about finding a fox who's going to transmit every 5 minutes. The first transmission actually will be 2 minutes from 7:15, and then afterwards every 5 minutes for 1 minute. So on the 5 minutes, basically, you should be able to watch. If you are in Norfolk and you're watching this and you'd like to actually hear it for yourself, you can tune to 145.225 megahertz FM, and you'll actually be able to hear that for yourself. But please don't transmit, of course, because that's hopefully going to be our frequency this evening. I'm going to let Kevin now just have a quick look round, and you'll actually see at home what's happening. This is Stuart and Zena. They're taking their first bearings, possibly. Have we got a signal? Here we go. So this is the very first transmission. I'm just going to move a mic nearer to this so you can hear it at home.
What a lovely night we've got out there.
Don't let me interfere with you now. Right.
Sophie 1, can you find me or can you not? So, how are we doing? Oh.
Okay, so you get the idea. Now, what Stuart is using is basically a directional aerial, a portable directional aerial called a Yagi, and a handheld receiver. And he's picking that signal up and he's pointing it to try and get his first bearing. As with all this sort of thing, the very first bearing is the most important one. Now, again, I don't want to interfere with anybody taking this. This is Colin, and he's got I think a clever little gadget from last time. Just try and not interfere with him, but actually just get an eye of what he's doing. Now, if you are following this at home and you've got a Land Ranger 134 map to hand, everything will actually be on that map. So wherever the fox is, and that's quite a big area, but if you want to follow this at home, that's where to look. This is Paul, and there's still a transmission. You can just about hear it.
Anyway, minutes up, M0UKS.
Okay, so that was the end of the first transmission. Now, of course, in the old days, when we used to do this as a speed race, very often people would try and take off very quickly now and take the first readings. But now, this is much more a matter of tactics and luck and skill to find it. So if people haven't got a decent reading from here, they may wait until the next transmission in another, 3 minutes' time at 7:20 to actually hear to take another reading. But let me just...
Right, this one's turned off now. This one will tell it's in that direction or that direction. I used that one initially to determine whether it's that one or that one. And the bearing takes me right over there, just about where Kevin is.
So this is based on our club's DF100 project,
this is
isn't it?
Club 100, yeah, the
Yeah.
DF100.
As you say, it can detect within 180 degrees what it is, but it can't detect whether it's in front or behind you unless you use something to screen it from behind.
That's right, yeah.
So you use the basic directional aerial to get where it's from, whether it's from front of us or behind us.
Yeah.
And now with this, presumably, are you going to wait now and get a tighter reading?
Yes.
With this?
Yeah.
We'll perform your first
reading. We'll do it again with a compass bearing.
Right.
And then to try and do it accurately, and then see how that compares with Bob on the other side there.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go and see them. And then
Yeah, he's got something like a DF100, but it's got a meter in it, so that gives you more information than the basic DF100.
All right.
But
so
anyway.
you're all part of one team, of course.
yeah,
Richard
definitely.
and Bob over there.
Yeah.
But you're just using slightly different tactics to try and, I suppose, compare results.
That's right. Yes, that's what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And hopefully we come up with the same figure.
Yeah, I hope so. All right, Paul. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go and see then what Richard and Bob are doing. So we've just spoken to to Paul, your colleague, and he's told us basically compo. Then, okay. Which one? If he's compo,
He's
foggy, you're going. What does that make you?
Who I am.
Barry? Is there a Barry in?
Barry, whatever his name was. He was the youngest one in the lot.
Right. Okay.
He must have been the banger.
All right. Paul's just explained roughly what he's done, which is taken a reading to find out roughly where the direction's coming from. I guess it's over that way somewhere from what he was doing there. Yeah. You two now, are you going to tighten this up, I guess, are you, and try and get a tighter bearing?
I tried to get one. I just want to double check it.
obviously,
Kevin, if we can have a quick look at this bit of equipment.
we got the meter here. We've had to modified it a bit by putting some more capacitors in to dampen it because there was too much fluctuation. Because this is designed for the tone rather than voice to speech.
Okay.
So when you get the speech, it'll flutter too much. But we put the dampers on. That's what's done that, and you can actually reduce the tone.
Right. Look, I won't stop you anymore. I'll let you take your first reading. We'll just keep watching if that's all right. Yeah. Well, we don't want to interfere with you though, because even us standing very close to the aerials or can even interfere with the signal, because of course we could act as a reflector. So we'll leave them to it now, I think. Let's just go over now and see the Bitteners. Nobody else on the field. So presumably that means everybody else is either happy taking the readings off the car park where we were, or they've got only car-based systems, so they can just take a reading from there and then sail off. So here they are. This is the Bitteners. All right, you only left Peter on there to actually talk to us about it, but
spying, see, having a look round and seeing who else was doing what and where they were going.
well, so you've now presumably taken at least first reading, have you?
Yes.
So what's Alec doing now?
Well, we don't really know.
Well, I'm sure he's doing something. Presumably that's a compass.
Yeah, his compass is a bit more accurate. Mine, he's got a sight on it. I just gave him a rough 50 degrees bearing.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to interfere with you. Let's just. Do you want to, Kevin? I don't know if you want to come behind me here and just see so that we can see what Alec's looking at. So this is a regular sort of compass, is it?
Yes, it's a standard compass. The reason I got it is because it's got quite a decent sight on it.
So that will make it more accurate.
Hopefully, yes.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, we tried various compasses over the years, and we've come up with this one. So I've got one which I did use many years ago, and that was one of a Lancaster bomber.
Oh, really? Okay. Rather big then to carry around on a field.
So
all
I
right.
don't carry it about anymore, but I have used it on fox hunts.
Okay. So you've stopped taking readings now, and your equipment's on the floor. Does that mean you're happy with your first reading?
I'm happy with the first reading.
So you know you're going to go and tear off.
We've taken several bearings from different spots on the field, and we're happy with the bearings we've got. So we'll just go.
All right. Well, I'll leave you. Don't let me stop you. The rest of your
Okay.
team has gone ahead. There we are. I hope that's given you some idea at home at what this is about. It's quite hard to explain in just a few minutes, especially as there are so many different systems. You'll have heard a few names tonight. You know, you've heard people who take it mainly from a bearing just purely from signal strength, which is where they have a directional antenna. Another way of doing it is with a system called the Doppler system, which mostly are car-based, although as you saw with Mike's, he's actually made a handheld version of that. And then other people use this thing called a DF100, which is the club's kit, a direction finding kit, which we designed several years ago now. And basically what that does, it uses two vertical aerials and compares the difference in signal strength between the two aerials. And the idea is that the difference is minute, but it can tell the difference between one aerial and the other so that you get it to give you what's called a null, which means that you hear no difference between the signals. And the DF100, it basically that manifests itself in a tone, which you hear no tone when the two antennas are facing exactly the fox or behind, as you heard. That's one of the flaws of that system. Anyway, I hope that's sort of made some sense. We seem to be rather on our own here, Kevin. So I think maybe, if you look here, apart from a couple of dog walkers, there's absolutely nobody left. So I think they're all on their way. Let's go back to them. Meantime, we'll hand you back to that warm studio, Tammy.
Yep, thank you. Back to the warm studio here. Okay, I think maybe, what's the time? We've got about a minute. James, can you hear me? The fox, nod if you can.
Hello.
Hello, right, let's come to you. I know you're going to have a bearing in a few minutes. So if we just talk to you until you do your next transmission, we'll hear your next transmission if that's okay.
That's wonderful. Yeah, we've got 45 seconds before we do a transmission, so not
Okay.
long to wait. It's could be a sunny evening tonight, but it's not. But unfortunately, at least it's not raining, is it? And,
yeah, that's right.
At least we haven't got any lightning to go with it, because you wouldn't want that being on the radio out here, would you?
No, I don't think you get rain in space, do you?
Well, you do get sprites coming up from thunderstorms.
I'm just going to quickly go back to David for a second. Just bear with me.
Okay, you will.
David, back
We
to you.
can't go without showing you this. We don't know what this is, but Tammy. Oh, there we go. Oh, they're stretching. I thought they were going to try and push that thing over. Anyway, back to you, Tammy. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, back to James.
We'll probably get into trouble for that.
Yep.
0 UKS on behalf of the Norfolk Amateur Radio Trophy Fox Hunt. Another 5 minutes has gone, so we're back here again. I hope, by the looks of things from the feed, everybody's left the start. So I'm kind of hoping you'll all be here in 5 minutes. And if you are, then we can pack up and we go home and go down a pub somewhere or something, can't we, and have a pint. But anyway, 30 seconds gone. Hope you're taking those bearings. Hope you're looking in this direction. Hope you're finding us. Anyway, what we got? 18 seconds. Not a bad evening, as I say. It's dry. So we can't complain about that, really, can we? And the bad news is, obviously, as the time's getting on, the evenings are getting darker. So here's our time up. M0 UKS.
Wow, that minute goes pretty quick, doesn't it?
It does. Sometimes it's so long, and the next thing you're thinking, oh, it's over.
Yep. Okay, lovely. Right, we're going to go back to David now for a minute or two, because I think people are now going. So let's go back to him. Over to you, David.
Thanks, Tam. So, yeah, well, I mean, as you can see, there's not much to see except that people are now leaving, actually. And I'd say generally that people are leaving a bit sooner than they did last time. There's Nev and David there now leaving. If we have a look over to the left, we've got the Summer Wine Gang, who are now putting the stuff away in the vehicle. Looks like they'll be setting off soon. They look like they've got some antennas on the roof, so I think they've probably got a Doppler system as well. To the left of them, the arch rivals, the Bitterners, who are the ones who won last time. Not that we're bitter at all. It's going out the gate there is Mike and Bob. They've got a Doppler-based system, as well as that lovely handheld version of the RDF-42. If you're not sure what that is, and we did briefly look at it, just have a Google of that RDF-42 and you'll find out it's a Dutch inventor, and several people bought their kit a few years ago. Interesting that he's kind of right from there. Not that I know any better. I wouldn't even know which way to go, but that's the first person I've seen turn right. So we've already got a difference, shall we say. And just over in the blue car on the left there, you can see there's Colin and his wife who are running there, Jenny, who's Team Meandering. That's what I was trying to think of the team name. Meandering. So I think that's really all we've got to show you here, because in a couple of minutes we'll be the only ones left. Of course, we've got this car here as well, which I think was Ben and Richard, I believe. Oh, they're the wrong direction. Okay. So anyway, I think that's really all we can show you at the moment. Hopefully you've got lots of people who've joined you, Tammy, and they aren't going to join you all at 7:30, because they forgot it was going to start early tonight. Keep everybody amused at home. If you think you know where they're going, if you've got any inklings of it or anything, or you want to have a friendly sweepstake on it even, which team's going to win, then please do. The other thing you can do is follow. Most of the teams have got APRS in their vehicles, and you can have a look at that by going to aprs.fi. Tammy will be showing you the map sometimes as well. But if you want to have a look at it for yourself and see where everybody's going from here, apart from, I think, one team, I think 7 of the 8 teams have got aprs.fi. Anyway, back to you, Tammy.
Okay, lovely, thank you. Well, I think what we might just quickly do is have a look at APRS. So let's go over to that now. So we've only got one real main track on here at the moment, which was Sonny, who left pretty quickly. So let's just move along. He looks as if he may have well gone to Screwfix, so who knows? But he's the only one that we've got a track for at the moment, because I think most other people are still either in the car park or have not quite beaconed yet. So what we'll do is we'll keep an eye on that through the evening and see where everybody goes and see if we can find our way to the Fox. Okay, lovely. Right, perhaps we should do some normal stuff for a minute or two. So why don't we have a little bit of news? So here we go. We had this picture today from Pete G0FVG. It says, "Hi David and Tammy. The latest shot of the swallows, 17th of August. The last time you saw them, they were 3 eggs. They were just eggs, sorry, 3 weeks ago. Thanks for the Wednesday meetings. Regards, Pete. Wow, look at those. They're lovely, aren't they? Nature at its best. Thanks for sending us those, Pete. Lovely. And we got something else that John gave to us this afternoon. And he writes, Bury St Edmunds based electrical retailer Hughes are proudly celebrating their 100th anniversary with a display on the Cornhill. They showed not only the 1952 van, but also 2 TVs and a valve radio from that era. I think we can see the TVs and the radios. Excellent. He also says the store itself, visible in the background, used to be a mother care, and it still carries the appropriate wind vane for its former use. They really ought to replace the baby image with that classic CRT TV. Yes, John, they probably should. Excellent. Thank you for sending us those. And the next thing on my thing here I've got is the little people. So why don't we go straight into that this week? I haven't got David here, so I can't bounce off him to see what he thinks. But this is the little people for this week. It's Tokyo 2020 because the Paralympic Games started this week, or today actually, I believe. So we've got face mask tennis here, which is pretty cool. So you can see one of those new every day at miniature-calendar.com. Lovely. Okay, I think maybe we should perhaps go and say hello to some of our people on Zoom. So, hello everybody on Zoom. Who would like to say hello to me? Anybody? Bob, I think. Are you just unmuted, Bob?
How are you?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah.
I can hear you, thanks. How are you?
Well done. Well, we're down here watching quite engrossed, but yeah, I would have thought somebody else would have been on here, but just us little 3 plus the fox.
Yeah,
he's
we've got
a
a few.
wiry little person.
He is. He's at Chroma now, by the looks of things.
I've got to say, he certainly landed well there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Must be on that. God, what's his name? That lands it just on the off the side, off the coast. So off their tail. So yes. Good evening, all. Nice to see you all.
Sorry, I've got David in my other ear, so I'm just listening to him at the moment. That's all right. So what have you been up to, Bob? Anything great?
No, not really. No. I'm as you know, I'm retired, so I don't do much. I do a lot of repairing of computers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They've got that Microsoft scam going around at the moment that's trying to convince everybody to buy a new license, and they charge you $100 odd, and that's the end of your $100 odd.
Oh no!
You don't get nothing. So yeah, I've just been repairing lots of them. Some of them it's easy, some of them it's quite hard. But
right.
yeah, been repaired, doing them, no problems. So trying to keep myself busy.
Yep, excellent.
That's about all. All right.
Lovely. Okay, good to speak to you, Bob.
No problems. Thank you.
Tony, I think you want to say hello to us, did you? Hello.
Yes, I just wanted to say hello if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, Tony. Yep, loud and clear.
Well, I'm glad you're in charge, Tammy. We need a bit of discipline and organisation.
We do, don't we? It means, though, I can do anything I want tonight, doesn't it?
Well, within reason, because it will be recorded.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, okay. Never mind. So are you okay then, Tony? You been up to much?
No, I'm horribly well, thank you. Just causing trouble as usual.
That's all right then. Best thing to be.
Indeed.
All right, lovely. Phil, round to you. Hiya.
Hi there, everybody. Yeah, it's not doing an awful lot here. Took the dog out this morning. That's about it, really.
Yeah, well, it's not really been a very nice day, to be honest, has it? I thought we were supposed to be getting some sunshine, but I haven't seen any.
I did see a tiny bit of blue sky at one point, but that soon vanished.
Yeah, never mind. We can only hope, can't we?
Yep.
Great. All right, lovely. Well, thanks for talking to us all, and we'll come back to you in just a little while, if that's okay. Shall we go to the Fox? Mr. Fox, what are you about to do another transmission?
Oh, yes, we've got 22 seconds and we've got another transmission coming up.
Right, we'll stay with you then if that's okay.
You're welcome to. Yeah, we're still here. We haven't moved. Yeah. So we landed safely. Yeah.
You're at Cromer Pier now.
That was a bit of a parachute. That was a bit of a parachute jump, though. Oh, here we go. This is M0 and UKS on behalf of Norfolk Amateur Radio Trophy Fox Hunt. Well, time's come around again, and I'm here again, and hopefully you're taking a bearing again. So, am I north? Am I south? Am I east? Am I west? Well, it's up to you to find out, and you to find me. So, hope everybody is doing well. We're 20 minutes into these transmissions already. Goodness, doesn't time fly when you're enjoying yourself? Yeah, we're happily sitting here, having our picnic and enjoying the evening. And hopefully later on you'll be joining us and enjoying the evening with us. So just give you some time. We've got about 5-6 seconds left on the clock. So final readings coming up. M0 UKS. Another transmission done.
Another transmission. We're getting along now. What time is it? 25 to 8. So people have got until, is it 8:45 tonight because of the darkness?
8:45 because unfortunately we're limited by obviously it getting dark, and at that point it did get a little bit dangerous if people are still out there. So people have got an hour and a half to find me. So I'm hoping to see all 8 teams.
Yep. Well, fingers crossed. Lovely. We'll come back to you in a bit then, if that's okay.
All right. Take care, Tammy.
Okay. Lovely. Excellent. Right. Talking about things that we're not allowed to do when David's here, I've got a little bit of something here that, frankly, if I was to play this video when he was here, I think he might cry. So as he's not looking at the moment, let's go over and watch this, which we found on the BBC website the other day. It's the new Mission Impossible movie. So let's play this video. There you go. As I say, I'm pretty sure if David saw that, he'd have tears running down his face right now. So good job he hasn't seen that. In fact, I hope he hasn't. He's probably seen it from the other thing. I've got some funny noise. What am I doing? Ah, there we go. Right. Lovely. Okay, David, I don't know if you're there. Are you? Can we come to you for a moment? We'll just come to you for a moment then.
So we're in the car now, and we're trying to follow the summer wine. It just happened to work out best. If you look, I don't know if you can see that ahead, about 2 cars ahead. Yeah, so 2 cars, and then the next car, silver car, is the last of the summer wine. In fact, I've just remembered his number plate is the same as his call sign, so it's G3VPT. I don't think they've got APRS, so you won't see them on there. But anyway, if you can just see them there in the distance. We asked them if they didn't mind if we followed them. We're going to try and do that. Although, as you can see, we've been hitting quite a lot of cars in between. Not hitting, sorry.
Bad word.
Yeah, cars were getting in between us, basically, and having a look. By the way, Tammy, I just heard you mentioned something that I wouldn't like. I mean, I can't think of anything that I really wouldn't like, unless I saw anything, I don't know, terrible happening to some electronics or trains. That would be about the only thing that would upset me, I think.
Oh, I think you may have misheard me. I'm sure.
Okay. I hope so.
Well, you
Anyway,
just have to watch the show
that
back to find out what happened, won't you?
Yeah, and actually, if you have a look there, that car there, that blue car, which is 2 cars ahead of the Fox here, which is this one here, the silver car, that's also one of the teams. So, is that good? Oh, goodness, this doesn't look good. Road closed. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay, we've seen enough of those, haven't we, Tammy, in our own street? But, okay, so we're kind of following them now. We're not sure where the road closed bit is, but it's not for us to decide, thankfully. Right in front of us now, then, so straight ahead of us, directly in front of us, is G3 VPT, as you can see from the number plate, and that is Paul and Bob and Richard. And they're called, of course, Summer Wine. We're just stopping at some lights now. I do hope this road really isn't closed. Don't you? Bus stop suspended. Okay. So this is live. I don't even know where we are now. Do you know roughly where we are, Kevin? Actually, we haven't seen Kevin yet, so I think you should see him.
I can tell you where you are because I've just seen you on the map. You're actually on Thorpe Road, and I believe Thorpe Road is closed at the moment.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, we're reporting it as it is. So, what does it say now? Danger, overhead power cables, no tipping. Okay, well, we haven't got anything that high on our roof. So, I'm sure you've already said something like this, Tammy, but if you haven't, just for anybody watching this at home, if you want to start guessing about where you think the Fox might be, the only clues I've given anybody is just that it will be more challenging this time than it was last time. Now, Bob and Paul, they're just turning off here. Not quite sure. Oh, it says road closed. There we are. So it was road closed. I'm not sure what they're going to do now. But let's follow them and see. It's not really closed? Okay, well, we don't know now, and we would be a bit unfair. I guess they're going to take another reading soon. Because remember, at the moment, although this, of course, may waste some miles, which is very important, it doesn't really matter about time as such, as long as it's all finished by 9:15. So you can just see them reversing there. Sorry, I'll do that better. And we're going to see if they're going to take a reading. We mustn't get in their way, though, Kevin. So I have a feeling they're just turning around, basically. Okay. So, oh dear, they're smiling. Did you see that? I bet you didn't see that at home. Sorry. Bob wound his window. Bob wound his window down and said, and just smiled and laughed. So they're now going back. So, oh dear. That's rather unfortunate if a road is closed, isn't it? Let's try and catch up with them if we can. But at a safe speed, Kevin, please. I know your nickname's a Stig. We're going to have one car in between us, I think, now, but never mind. There we go. Well, that's up to them, isn't it, where they go to? I guess they're trying to find a safe place to take the next bearing. So not the car in front, but the car after that is where they are. I'm not sure if you can see all this or not. There's a limit to how high I can hold this camera because there's lights and a microphone on top. So if you, sorry about that. Anybody guessed yet, Tammy, or any sort of thoughts about where the Fox might be tonight? Yeah, I know it's early, but
no, we've not got any guesses at the moment. We've had. I'll have to let you in on the little secret that it was it was a train that was wrecked, shall we say, that you missed on the...
A train?
A train. Yep, let me put me in the top corner there so you got me on as well. And we've got John, 20TWQ, commented on Facebook, and he says it was actually a full working replica train that they made for the stunt. And apparently Tom Cruise flew into a local garden by helicopter and invited the owners for a helicopter ride to join him. So that sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
That doesn't happen around here.
No.
I'm actually very relieved to hear that the train was a replica. That's good news.
Does
so
that make you not
thanks
need
for
to
telling
cry?
us that, John. Not quite as much, no. Well, that must have been quite some replica from what you've said. Anyway, I'll have a look at that film later on. Now we're going to go left here. That's just, I think that's where we've just been, isn't it? No? Okay. All right. So
now heading to the back of Macro and the industrial estate.
Okay, I don't know if you heard that, Tammy, but we're now heading towards the back of sort of Thorpe industrial area, I guess, or the
assuming we can still get through this way. They did some funny work.
Oh dear.
Right, okay. I'm just while we've got you on the audio feed, I'm just going to quickly go to the APRS maps because we've got a little bit of activity going on there. So we can actually see you guys. If you can see my mouse pointer at home, this here is David, the last speaker, and we've actually got Paul just in front here. And actually on that same road we've got Colin there as well. So because he was the blue car in front of you a few moments ago, so he is down that road that you're going down. So over here you can see we've got another team. Which team is that? Let me just check. That is the wrong direction, that team. So let me just zoom out a little.
Do you know, I think they were, sorry to interrupt, Tammy, I think they were the last team leaving, in fact.
Yeah.
Because I think Colin was about to leave, which is the blue car, and then the wrong direction was the last team, I think, they were probably going to leave there.
Right,
so,
okay.
But they were taking their time to take readings, which of course is a sensible thing to do.
Yeah, we've got Bitten. They're actually, they're in Rackheath at the moment.
Okay.
So they're on Norwich Road in Rackheath, so we've got them. I know Sunny went off quite early. Oh, we've got Sunny.
Got to take my picture at the moment. You can see we're just going
Yeah, we'll
across
just
the
come back
NDR,
to
but
you.
that's okay.
Okay,
It's all right.
just come back to
Just
you.
there. There we go. We've just gone over the NDR, the Northern Distributor Road. If you're not from these parts, you won't know what NDR means, but it's a relatively recent road which bypasses a lot of Norwich. Now we're going to slow right down now. Whoops. Very, very quickly. Is he going to reverse? I think he's going to reverse, so we're going to have to reverse as well. Do you think these are a decoy? I'm sorry to think.
I'm just going to go back to the map for a moment because we've
I
got
think
Sunny. He's heading towards. He's not far from the Fur and Feathers Inn, which I think is the brewery pub, isn't it? In
it's Wood Bastwick, yes.
So he's not far from there.
Okay.
So if I zoom out completely on the map.
What about
here,
other teams? Have you got everybody
you can
else
see,
apart from?
Well, Bitten and Sunny are both heading in the same direction. So you know, towards that kind of way. You guys, I think, are you're around here. So yeah, you're going sort of towards that way as well. But you've had to obviously detour because of the road closure.
What about Team Milo, which was Bob and Mike?
I don't think. Oh, I can actually see Stuart. I've just seen Stuart on there. Let's have a look.
Okay.
Stuart is. Where is that? Let me think. That is. He's just off the first NDR roundabout. He's probably at the new sort of tool station place, I think. Where the new
there's some
Lidl is,
new industrial
around
units there, isn't there?
That's
Yes,
where he is.
Okay. We've just come into a sign, by the way, saying Great Plumstead.
Okay.
So that's where we are.
I don't think I can see on the map anywhere. Mike and Bob at the moment.
Okay, then. Oh, they're not on it. Okay, Kevin's now
can't
telling
see
me they're
them.
not.
I'll
they haven't got APRS.
Oh, they
so
haven't
there's
got
a couple of
APRS.
teams. So
Right,
no,
okay,
so
fair
sorry,
enough.
they're not on
That's
there.
why I can't find them then. Okay, no problem. All right, we'll come back to you for just a moment. So where are you now?
Okay. This is, well, we just passed a sign saying we're in Great Plumstead. I don't know this area that well, although I guess keep following them now. I've just got this feeling that we're almost like a decoy and they're taking us away from everybody at home. There's something you didn't see me do, but I did when people arrived, which was from about 6:30, is we took the mileometer and the trip readings of everybody's vehicle, and Kevin and I did that ourselves, so there can be no cheating there, because obviously anything they did to cheat would actually just make the distance further and further away. So we took their actual mileometer and trip reading, and remember it's all about the shortest distance. Now they look like they're pulling in now. Okay, so we'll try and pull in as well and see what they're going to do. And I don't know if they can pull a little bit further forward so we can pull in a bit to the left. Oh, no, they're not going to pull in.
Well, they have got the system on the top of the car, haven't they? So maybe they
Have
don't
they?
need to
Oh,
stop.
okay, right.
Haven't
I
they?
forgot that.
I thought they had a system on the top of
You're
the car.
right, Tammy. Yep, you're right. Sorry, we saw them with taking those readings on the field, But of course, I had forgotten that they've also got a system on the car, and I think that's based on a Ramsey kit, isn't it? Which is Ramsey's an electronics company in the States. They don't make this anymore, but that's a sort of a Doppler type system that I mentioned earlier. So there's an array of 4 antennas on the roof of their car, and it means that they can pick a signal up from that at the same time. So it's all about covering several bases if you can. If you've got several bits of equipment, this is all about, you know, a bit of strategy, bit of skill, map reading, all those sort of things, and as well as that little bit of luck as well, I think. So
okay.
Anyway, I should think the Fox is doing several transmissions now.
Yeah, the Fox
so
is doing transmission at the moment. So, but what I think I
I'll
might
let you go
do
back to them.
is I might actually. So I was just looking. Sonny looks like he's actually stopped at the Fur and Feathers pub, so perhaps he's gone to have a pint on the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
What I think we'll do is we'll actually we'll look at our competition. I think for a minute or two. What on earth is this? So we'll come back to you in a minute or two. All right.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Right. Lovely. So our competition. Let me remind you what this week's was. What on earth is this? Now, I've got to say that big thank you because we have had loads of guesses again this week, which is absolutely fantastic. And I believe also we've had quite a lot of new gadgets and gizmos for next week and a few more weeks after. So it's really great. So, right, let me read out a few of these. Right, so Steve, G3 EVA. Is this week's object for holding cucumbers whilst cutting them up for your salad? Yeah, it could well be, couldn't it? Colin M0GMK. It looks like a medieval instrument of torture, but I think it's an egg cutter topper. Okay. Dave G0ELJ. Is it a sausage pricker or possibly a comb for a dog's tail? I think that looks a little bit mean to be a comb for a dog. Okay. Nev M0NFY. I suspect it's for removing the top of a boiled egg. Okay, lovely. I think I'm just going to quickly go back to David. Actually, I know we're halfway through this, but I think the team have stopped. So let's go back to him. We're with you, David.
That's right. Okay. Okay. Thanks very much, Tammy. So we're not going to interrupt you guys or anything what you're doing. We know it's not a race against time. Obviously, we were all devastated with that rows closed. I guess that.
Several times.
But that will stop other people as well. So at least if they've gone the same way. So you've got the system on top of the car as well. So you're now doing a check reading basically?
Yeah, we just want to take a more accurate reading with the DF100.
So is that more accurate, seriously, than that lovely array and everything?
Oh, yeah. This is there's only a number of LEDs on that one, so it's got a big gap between each one. But with the DF100, we can get it absolutely correct.
Right. Okay. Well, if you don't mind, we're just going to watch.
We know it's that roughly that direction.
Right. Right, that direction over there. Actually, we just got to be careful here. There is a car coming. Okay, so I don't want to interfere with anything they're doing here or distract them. So let's just watch what he does for a moment. So this is, again, based on the club's kit of a DF100. And Bob seems to be, I'm not sure what he's doing, maybe taking some bearings. Richard's in the back of maybe with a computer, is Richard, I think. So there's quite a lot to this. Well, there can be, you can literally take part in this competition with a handheld radio, literally, if that's the very minimum, I guess. I mean, when you do this normally, Kevin, and you're part of the Fox team at the moment, effectively, aren't you? So you're normally taking part. Do you use handheld systems as well as the one on the car?
No, we don't. We've purely got a car-based system, but it does have its limitations. Like Paul now said, the distance between the LEDs and the direction can actually be a bit of a pain because you're not sure exactly where to put the line on the map.
So the resolution, I guess, of what we're saying of the readings, and you've got a similar kit to theirs then, the Ramsey, I believe.
It is, yeah.
Do you remember how many LED? I can't remember how many. Maybe you get 3 or 4 in a. Just watch the traffic. you get 3 or 4, I guess, in a quadrant in that corner. So you might only get sort of south, southeast, that sort of, which isn't really enough to get it very accurate.
No, the only advantage that you've got is while you're driving, it is moving around, so you get a little bit of more of an idea. But like we said, the resolution is not great.
What they're doing. No. Okay. So we're just going to have a look over their shoulder. So this is really important. If you can see the map there, you can get an idea what Bob's doing.
Yeah, right there, you're right there. That's it. Take your bearing from there. Just see what that comes out.
So there's the second signal. You can hear that. Now we'll just have a look at what Paul's doing. Now, can you hear that whistle, the tone? Now, when the tone disappears, those 2 aerials are exactly in line with the Foxes. So I'll try and get nearer with the mic a little bit.
In the wrong direction.
So, Paul, that was to get another verification of a reading?
Yeah. We know it's over there.
Right.
Because of the thing we got on the car.
Yeah.
And this one can accurately determine where it is. So.
Amazing. I must admit, I haven't done the Fox Hunt very much. And in fact, very, very, very long time ago when I did have a go, I was very good at it. So I'm been out of touch with exactly what goes on there. I normally see the foxes off, or sorry, the hunters off, but I don't actually see what goes on. And I'm amazed, frankly, that several teams, not just one team, have got several different methods of measuring and where the fox is. Of course, in the old days, I said, where it was a race against time, there wasn't the time to do all these different checks. It was more of a race round to try and get there, and if one place wasn't right, then you go somewhere else. But now, where every 0.1 of a mile matters, that's not what you want to be doing. So you can just see Paul now with his compass. I guess you've lined up something in your eye, have you, which you're looking at?
That's right, yes, the edge of that bush there.
Wow. So we'll look at it from where you are, and if you can see the compass as well.
Right, we point the compass in line with the lines on here, and then we rotate this to the point that I've already identified.
Paul, I mean, you're a well-known scouter. So does this help you at something like this?
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that you
That's
can
right.
map read
Yeah.
confidently.
That's right. I blame Bob for that.
Straightforward with one thing.
That is it. I make that
What did you make?
I make it 60. 60 degrees, yeah.
I'm sure most of you at home watching this have worked it out, but once you've got at least 2 readings,
60, I think. 60.
and once you've got at least 2 readings, then obviously you can start to triangulate to find out, where the actual point is. Once you've got just 1 reading, all it's doing is giving you a bearing. It's not telling you anywhere where it is on that bearing, but getting 2 readings or more will help you zone into exactly where it is. Let's have another look at what Bob's doing.
Oh, I see.
Keep heading that same area. Head towards that area.
So, Bob, just tell us briefly what you've done there. You've got Paul was saying 60 degrees.
Yeah, so
you were verifying that, or Richard was taking readings as well?
Yeah, I'll take readings, but Paul's given me that. I've now set the compass here to 58, and then obviously you've got your lines, as you can see in the centre of the compass here. Mm-hmm. You line them up with the grid lines on the map, going north to south or south to north, whichever way. So that's going to point off. I then take that, and I've got to make sure that them lines sit on one of these grid lines. And we know, as far as we can work out, we are here at a junction on the map. And then you set that up basically in that direction, and then you rule the line through. And we can see at the minute we're crossing in that area there.
Let's have a look at what's there. Okay.
We're heading towards, we're just sort of, I guess you would say, sort of southeast of Horning, heading towards Ludham.
Right. Okay. So real broad country. Ah, okay. And what does that mean? Is that bad news for you?
Well, it could be, because you've now got to work out, do we cross over in, say, Wroxham and then go around that way, or do you go the other way? So you've got to work out, where can you cross that river?
Okay, so you've got to work out, if it is near a river, you've got to work out which side it is and take the best, shortest route by road to get there.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can catch you out.
So
Very much so.
Could be cunning then.
Could be cunning, very cunning. And that's the sort of thing a fox would do, because I know from when I've done it in the past, it's one of the things I've done, as you well know.
Oh, well, then this has come up its time, maybe.
Yeah, perhaps he's getting his own back.
Well, you never know, but it might be, I guess it might be a double bluff or
it could
whatever.
be. Yeah, it could be this side, so you've got to.
Yeah.
You got to take a gamble and see.
All right. Well, I'll hold you up, but thank you for explaining what you've done so far. Richard, you just explain what you've got there. Is it a slightly different gadget?
Yeah, it basically just works on signal strength.
Right.
And as you find the signal, the tone gets louder and louder, and automatically attenuates the signal as well.
Oh,
So,
right.
yeah,
Well, this is quite different to something.
Yeah.
I think I've seen one other team with something like this. Possibly. That's all. Is that a kit?
Yeah, so automatically just drops the signal down.
Wow.
So you can be on top of it.
That looks really good.
Yeah.
So again, using a combination of all these technologies, using that and the DF100 and then the Doppler system on top of the roof.
We'll get something similar.
Wow, brilliant. Yeah, no, I can see the logic of all that. Well, good luck. All right. Anyway, so you can see there can be quite a lot to this. It's nice that the team have shown us all these different systems. I know this isn't for everybody, and maybe other people have got different things to do on a night. We don't normally have them quite this late, and we have been a little bit concerned about the light. We've now just switched on the video lights on this camera, in fact. But we hope to follow people as much as we can, for as long as we can as well. Anyway, Tammy, I think we'll hand back to you now, because I know you're going to finish off the answers or the solutions and the various answers that people have given for the competition. So we'll let you get back to that and let the Summer Wine team pack up.
Okay, lovely. Thank you. Well, actually, I think we might be going to the Fox, because I believe, I think someone's arrived. So, can you hear me, Katie? Katie, are you there?
No, you've got Lynn tonight.
Oh, we've got Lynn. Hello, Lynn. Right, lovely. Hi, Lynn.
Hello.
We have a team.
And you've got our first victory.
Ooh, a little bit bad signal there, I think.
Can you hear us?
That's because we're no longer in Norfolk.
Yeah. Just
can you hear us at all, Tammy?
I can just hear you. You're a little bit sketchy.
Okay. Did you want to speak to the boys then?
Yes. Hiya.
Hello. We are here. We have arrived.
Did you stop at the pub for a drink on the way? Because when we looked on APRS,
we
you
were
were
very
at Fur
close
and
to
Feathers.
considering that this was a decoy on the wrong side of the river.
We've just been talking to Bob and Paul about that. You nearly what, sorry?
We nearly turned back. We thought this was a decoy. We thought we were the wrong side of the river and we had to get our swimming gear out to get across.
We went down to the pub, we went to the Woodford Brewery.
Did you?
Yeah, and had a look in there, contemplated having a meal and some beer, and thought, no, and we'll head down to the river first.
See, we were right, Tammy. The Fur and Feathers was a good decoy.
It was. Oh, excellent. Oh,
You're
well,
there first.
well done. Yep, you're first there. It doesn't mean you'll be the winners, obviously, but we shall see in due time. But congratulations for getting there. So we'll leave
Thank you very much.
We'll leave you to have a party with the Fox now.
Yeah, the cakes are all for us.
The cakes are all for you, are they?
We haven't won though. We might be first, but we haven't won.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Right, lovely to speak to you. We'll be back to you when the next team comes back, all right?
Thanks, Tammy.
All right, thanks,
Bye.
Lynn. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Excellent. So we've got one team there, which is great. Lovely. Right, I think we were doing the competition, so let me just go back to that, and then I can pick up where we left off from. Okay, right, so what on earth was this? The last one that we heard was Nev, I think. Let me have a look. Yep, okay. Right, so the next answer we got was from Paul, 2E0NXL. Big guess. I think I can remember seeing something like this when I was a kid. It's for cutting tops off hard-boiled eggs in the mornings. Okay, that's another person saying that. Okay, Merv, MI0TMW, he says it's to take the top off your egg, or as they say in your case, Dave, more hair or an egg. Okay, I don't get that. More hair on an egg. Okay. Chris G4CCX, is it a device that vets use to castrate male horses? Oh dear, hope not. Martin G3ZQU, I think it is an implement for removing the top of a hard-boiled egg. Paul G3VPT, is it a device used by long-haired football millionaires to gather up and form a bun to put on the top of their head? I like that one. Jim G4BDW, a boiled egg topper, a device for removing the top from a boiled egg to facilitate the dripping of bread soldiers. And we've got Tony M0TDK. I think this week's mean-looking device is for taking the stone out of an avocado and or slicing the thing up. Good luck with the live broadcast. Thank you. And we've got Stuart G7KBF. It is a soft boiled egg cutter, potentially dating back to the Victorian Edwardian era. With the top removed, the yolk can then be accessed, which incidentally raises the question, what do the army call the strips of bread they dip in an egg? It's the soldiers, of course. And we just had one comment on Facebook this week for it, and it was Nigel Gunn. He says, it looks painful. Well, yes, it does, Nigel. So I can reveal we have had several correct answers, and we've actually got a picture of it in action. So here we go. This was this week's thing, and it was for cutting the top off an egg, which is great. It does look a mean thing, though. Excellent. Thank you for all your guesses. So I think I should show you this week's. So here we go. What on earth is this? So this is this week's gadget, device, tool, whatever you think. So send your answers to us to radio@dcpmicro.com. We'll be putting that picture on the newsletter this week and also on the Facebook page tonight. Okay, lovely. Right, I think what we'll do now is we'll have a quick look at the APRS map. So let me go to that and we'll see where everybody is. So, who have we got here? We have got Team Bitten and which team's that? Wrong Direction are both up here fairly near each other. They're in Sal House up there. So we've got Team Meandering down here, just going through Little Plumstead. Who else have we got? We've got the Summer Gang here. I know David's quite near them here, so I don't know which road they've actually gone down now. And we've got Stuart over here, M0JKB. And who else have we got? Sunny's already there, so I'm not going to move the map. Right, we're actually going to go to David now, so let's go over to him because he's with another team. Okay, over to you, David.
Just sprained my ankle, literally twisted my ankle on a stone. We are, I'm not sure where we are. Kevin, are we sort of somewhere off the NDR? And look who we've found. Right.
The NDR on the roundabout, and
and it's Freddie. Freddie Lucas, my goodness, don't be careful if you come out here because these stones are vicious. How are you two doing?
We've just finished our tea, thank you, whilst we're trying to wait for transmission.
Tea? This is a competition.
Oh, really?
What have you got to brew up? I bet you've got fried eggs and bacon and everything in the back there.
Not yet, but we're working on it.
No wonder you were doing it from a camper van. What are your thoughts so far?
That they're this direction towards the.
Oh, sorry about that.
Towards the east of Norwich. So
towards the east of Norwich, okay.
Yeah.
Need a little bit more than that, Stuart. I mean, Yarmouth's to the east of Norwich. Even I know that.
We'll bring you a stick of rock back.
We're not sure. We didn't get a very good signal here, so we're going to move further up the road into a bit of clear area and try again for another.
Right, okay. Remind us again what system you've got, what you're using.
It's just a basic Yagi that's been adapted for direction finding, so it's got a loop in it.
But of course, that is it gives you a very good direction, very sharp direction.
Very good direction here, and Kevin's kindly loaned us an attenuator as well, so hopefully this time we can.
So when you get close, that means you can cut the signal down.
Drop the signal down
quite a
and
lot.
Get a better fix. Hopefully.
All right.
But,
well, and we're not going to stop you anymore then, because although this isn't a race against time, we have only got, believe it or not, another 35 minutes to do it. So we're going to let you get on.
Yeah,
If you don't want to stop you getting there. Remember, it's definitely not the first person there. Don't forget, Freddie. Thanks for letting us in on this. If I can walk tomorrow, it'll be amazing. Anyway, Tammy. I don't know any guesses back. Thanks very much. I don't know what else to say really here. We're somewhere off the NDR. I guess though you've got a better idea than we have because you've got an APRS map, so you can see where we are. And I think also Stuart and Zena are beaconing as well. What was their name of their team, Tammy? It's a Spanish name, I believe.
Yeah, Objetos Perdidos.
Oh my! Oh, that's very posh.
Yep.
You weren't pronouncing like that earlier on when we were rehearsing this.
No.
What does that mean then, Tammy?
I used Google Translate and they told me how to pronounce it.
Say it again. I'm impressed. Say it again.
Objetos Perdidos. Something like that, anyway.
Honestly, it was in Broad Norfolk earlier on when I heard that, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, so what does it mean?
It means we've got another Fox. A team at the Fox. Sorry, I've just seen that on the camera.
Right, okay, go to that by all means.
What it means...
We'll do small talk later.
What it means is lost objects is the translation of it.
Right. Okay, well, they were in the middle of nowhere here. We just happened to come across them. We'll hand it back to you anyway to see what's happening at the Fox.
Yep, okay, we'll come back to you in just a bit. Okay, lovely. Right, I think, Lynn, are you there? Lynn, can you hear me?
Right, how about that?
Yep, I can hear you. Lovely. Right, let's come to you. You have another team.
We're just trying to get our next interviewees to join us, and it's Bob.
Excellent.
Come on then, Bob. Come on then, Michael.
Good evening. You're live.
You're live to Tammy now. There you go, Tammy, all yours.
Excellent. Hi, guys. How are you?
She's talking to you.
You'll have to translate, Lynn. You have to be the go-between.
Right. Can you hear now?
Hiya. Can you hear me?
Oh, just about.
Come a bit closer. That's better.
Can you hear me now? Is that better? Have you had a good journey?
Only faintly.
Come in a bit, Mike. No, that way.
This way?
That's it. It's better.
Yeah, I've even got a big pattern on my computer.
Have you had a good journey?
There's a pub over there.
Have you had a good journey?
Yes. Have we had a good journey?
Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps the last bit, yes. That was a bit bumpy.
So what was wrong with the last bit?
The pothole. The pothole. We couldn't see because it was covered in water.
Uh-oh. That's that
it was a trick.
You're telling me.
So,
bounced in it and bounced out of it.
Oh dear. How do you think you did then?
All right. Well, how do you think we did?
Can't quite see it.
I can't see that.
A lot closer.
The video quality is not great on this feed, so That I can't see that, I'm afraid.
No, you can't quite see it. Oh, never mind.
That's all right. We did it by dead reckoning and a bit of computer skills.
Excellent. So you think you're in with a chance?
A bit of a guesswork. Inspiration. Well, we're here.
Tammy says, do you think you're in with a chance?
We're here.
Yeah, well, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Got as much chance as anybody else at this rate, because we don't know what. We can't tell you how many miles. We don't know what the shortest journey was, because we did a little bit of around the estate to do some triangulation. So
I think we may have lost the audio from the guys. Right, I'm going to say thank you guys, because the
at least they were on the right side.
the river.
On the right side of the river.
Never going standing here going. Yeah, but this is it.
Okay then, Tammy, back to you.
Excellent. Yeah, lovely to speak to you. Thank you. The audio is not great there at the moment. I think our feed's not the best from the Fox there tonight. So, but never mind. We will work through it. Right. I've no idea what we're doing next. So let's have a look at the map. Okay. Right. Let's see who we've got here. So actually, it's around this area, just there. That was where we just caught up with Stuart and David. So let's see where they are now. Okay, so Stuart is keep going along this road here, and then who have we got up here? That is Team Wrong Direction, just there. And Bitten, I think they've been there for quite some time, so I suspect maybe they haven't got an APRS signal. So we've got Bob and Paul are going up here, so they look like maybe they might be going up to go across the river. So we'll have to keep an eye on them and see where they're going to go. Okay, lovely. Right, I have found a little bit of a treat on YouTube, because there is a video on the NARC YouTube channel, which is a friendly fox hunt from June in 2014. So I thought I'd just play that for you. So here we go.
I reckon it's that way.
Excellent. And I don't know if you heard it on the video there or not, but I wonder who our foxes were at that time. And it was James, M0 UKS, that we could hear coming through there. So he's now waving. So we had those on, and they were the foxes in 2014 when we had it. So that's excellent. Right, I should probably tell you about some news. So let's go with that. So next week on NARC. So on Sunday night, we've got the GB2 RS News, which is on GB3MB at 1900 hours. And then on Monday the 30th of August at 19:30, we've got the Monday Night Net, which is on GB3MB, and it's hosted this week by Michael, 2E0SZP. And then at 8:30, we've got the 80-meter CW Net. And then next week on the show, we have got Heather, M0HMO. And don't forget, we're back to 7:30 start next week. Obviously, we just started at 7 tonight because of the fox hunt. So Heather, M0HMO, brings us a fascinating talk on exploring space for yourself. For anyone who can't afford the $1 million ticket to fly to the edge of space to have a look around, the next best thing might be to send a camera there to look around for you. The trouble is, how do you get your spacefaring on a budget camera up there in the first place? And how do you get it back again? Our answer was to put the camera in a pop bottle, add a GPS tracker and 2 different radios, throw in all the 99p from China sensor modules that we have and never found a use for, and tie it all to a really big helium balloon. Let it go and see what happens. So there you go. So that sounds a really interesting talk for next week. Lovely. Okay, and don't forget, obviously, our card that we have every week. So if you'd like us to send one of these out on your behalf, we're happy to send it to anybody. And if anybody needs cheering up or have a birthday or just any reason, you just want to get in touch with somebody that you haven't got in touch with for a while, no problem. We can send a card on your behalf. I would tell you what the email address was, but I have got it. There you go. Email that to radio@dcpmicro.com. Excellent. Right, let's see what we've got going on here. David, are we we're going to go to David. Just bear with me. Right, over to you, David.
Okay, yeah.
The other way.
There's not one of the problems that we've got. I'm just showing you Kevin now. We've got a phone here where we're actually just looking at the APRS map. One of the issues is that it's not updating very quickly, and we've just, in fact, so we're trying to find people who moved maybe 10 minutes ago, even though we'd set all of our beacons up to be about a minute, Kevin, I think, didn't we? Something like that. So just to show you what we're doing at home, really. So this is a bit of an issue for us. We came across Stuart and Zena because they'd stopped and presumably made a cup of tea or something. But one of the issues that we've got is that because of the APRS network, just to let you know, of course, doesn't use much, if any, internet type technology. At least in this area, it's all done by radio. So it's analog radio as well, so it's relatively fast. But the problem is we're looking at this on a mobile phone to be able to access the map. And of course, that is digital, and we're not getting the greatest of signal. So just to let you know what we're doing, what we're trying to do is to find another team so that we can show you what it's like. So I don't know, I'll just show you outside the window now. It's really likewise not great. I think we looked before, Tammy, and you decided that it was going to be sundown at about 8:15. So I guess that's where we are now.
I think it was actually a little before that now. I think it was 5 or 10 past 8, I believe. So, yeah, it's getting quite dark.
Okay, so, well, I tell you, you can keep with us if you want to for a little while and just see where we are. We're now coming up to the Sal House mini roundabout. So if this is an area that you are, then you'll know exactly where we are. I think actually, yep, just turning right here. So that takes us towards Roxhamish Way, doesn't it? So we'll see, we might see someone we know here, hopefully, up here. So, oh yes, I know this area now as well. We've got, coming up, there's a pub called The Bell, I think, up here. That's bad, isn't it? It makes me look bad if I'm giving it.
I think we've met.
Of course, I think we might have done actually. Also, and Malcolm doesn't live very far away from here as well. G3PDH. So, anyway, we're going to see if we. Remember, what we're trying to do is find a fox, but it's not so easy, especially now it's getting dark. When we did this just over a month ago, it was a lot easier.
It looks like I'm going to chance it. It looks like Ben and Co have come this way, so I'm going to chance the fact that they might well be ahead of us somewhere.
Okay, so Ben and let me think, Richard, I think is his friend's name, and they're in a lovely named team called Wrong Direction, and it looks like maybe they are the wrong direction, or maybe they're the only ones who have done the right direction so far, apart from the ones who've actually made it to the Fox. So let's have a look. Hope you're following this at home. Tammy, maybe you could just show the map for a little moment, just to update everybody where we are and where everybody else is.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's updated. So you've just gone down Lower Street, is it?
Is it possibly?
It's just,
yes, it is. It is Lower
just
Street.
Beacon,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
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 But what we're trying to do, so you could help us actually, or anybody at home watching as well, because you'll have better internet than we have. If you can tell us roughly where there's a team, we'll try and sort of catch up with them and see what they're doing.
Yeah, we've not. I think possibly.
No, there they are. We've found them, Tammy.
You found them, have you? Yep, we'll come back to you.
Yep. If you want to come back to us, right? So you can see us live now. And we've just seen at this team, which is called Wrong Direction. So we'll catch up with them and see what they're thinking. Again, we don't want to hold them up, especially with, although this isn't about time, you know, we have only got a finite amount of time, around about 20 minutes left. So let's just see how they're doing. If I hand this to my driver, Kevin, well done. Thank you. And I can get out. Hello, guys. So we're using APRS to sort of try and find out where you are.
Good. That means APRS is working.
It is working, because otherwise, but the trouble we found that we're quite slow with our internet and things, so that we've got it a little bit, behind time. So we've gone to where we think there's a team, and they've already moved on.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter. So how are you doing?
Not as well as we don't.
Okay. Is that an equipment issue or something else?
I'm not sure, quite honestly.
Okay. Well, let me stop you, because do use it, and we'll just watch what you're doing, if we may. So there you'll see and hear that tone. Ben, watch that antenna, because you've just knocked it and it's not straight. And I think they do need to be pretty straight. I know that from what other people have said to me. So what it's trying to do now is get a good bearing. Remember, what we're listening for is no tone. Your aerials are just a little bit bent, actually, Ben, and that is really can be quite critical, I know. To remind everybody at home watching, this system, the DF100, it sends a tone out. It's looking at the signal from both antennas, and when both antennas are exactly directly looking at the fox, then there's no tone. So that looked... Any ideas?
See what it does to the map. I'd say it's that way down the road still, given the angle we got last time. Well, we are. I thought we were going to be in a different place.
Okay, so don't let us stop you, but if you don't mind us just watching what you're doing, because it's interesting to people at home. Yes.
Come along. Good, just come down this road. Which actually just matches with our previous bearing. Yeah. I mean, which direction did you say your Yagi said it was from the pub? Well, from the pub, we reckon it was kind of like there. So, right. So if we head up to there, at that car park. Yeah, we'll try and take another reading quickly. I hope it does something useful. Yes.
Okay, you've got another few readings, because we've got to finish, as you know, just over a quarter of an hour. But don't be safe, whatever you do. All right. Thank you. No, don't do that, please. But I mean, it's often the case that it's not the first people who anything arrive at the best. So, but don't let us hold you up.
We just like to arrive.
All right. You just which direction are you going to now? Are you going that direction or that direction? That way. All right. We might just follow you on to the next one then. That's all right. All right. Okay, Tammy. So as you can see,
is that a little bit of rain?
A little bit of rain, I think. Yeah. I mean, it's incredibly dark. I think it's darker than I thought it would be, even though we're under video lights now. So, you know, it's going to seem a little bit of a higher contrast, I guess, than it is. But that was Team Wrong Direction with Ben and Richard. How about anybody at home? Has anybody been putting in any guesses about where they think the fox might be, even though we've tried to conceal it from people looking at home?
Well, we've got actually John 202WQ has been on Facebook, and he's been watching it on the APRS map at home. And but before, I think many people got there earlier, he was thinking it was somewhere near Wood Bastwick, which is obviously towards where Sonny went. So I think we've still at the moment only got the two teams there. There's another team that looks like it might be fairly near. So So who knows?
Okay, I'm going to grab this camera now because we're going to get in and we're going to try and find that team because I don't think somehow we're going to see
Go to the map
meet
for a
any
minute.
other teams probably. So if that's all right.
Yeah, we've got, where are we? We've got, I think that's Nev and David, but they've been sat there. They're in Woodbastwick, but they've been there for a little while now. They're just past the Fur and Feathers, but I suspect they probably haven't got a beacon since then. So,
Okay.
but
yeah, I mean, this is one of the issues. I think that generally in this area, and we're on a mixture of networks actually, aren't we, Kevin? We've got O2, Vodafone, and 3, and the primary where you're watching us on now is Vodafone, but it's not great signals from any of them, to be honest. So,
no, I think at the Fox we've got a 3 there, and we've also got a Vodafone. And I think the 3 is better than the Vodafone at the Fox, because we struggled a moment ago to talk to Mike and Bob. But I think James is coming through pretty well.
okay. Oh, okay. Well, this is okay. All right. Don't come to us at the moment, Tammy.
Okay.
No, not lost. Oh, that's all right.
Not lost, right. Okay, what I'll do is I'll come back to me for a minute. Okay. We've actually got a little video that I'm going to play to you now. Let me just cue it up. This is something that the people who got to the Fox first this evening, the destruction crew, they've been out doing their work. So this is something that Sunny sent to us. So I hope you enjoy this. Excellent. Hope you enjoyed that. That's in quick video, that seems if that just went up just like that, but I'm sure they spend hours and hours and hours doing that. Excellent. Thanks for that, Sonny. Right, we're going to quickly go back to David because he's just found another team. So, okay, over to you.
Thanks very much, Tammy. Yeah, well, we're joining us, but we didn't expect to come across another team here. We've been trying to follow you all around, but it's quite difficult, especially with the signal's not great. But this is the Bitterners now. So how are you guys doing?
So.
I heard you just say a moment ago, if you don't mind me saying it, you just said you felt you were quite close.
Yes. Yeah, we're pretty certain we're fairly close, but the river does have a tendency to upset bearings.
Right.
And we know we're not far from the river, so this is what's. We thought at one stage they were across the other side, but we thought, well, in the time taken till 9 o'clock, it might not be.
No, 8:45 actually. Is the deadline time, 8:45. So you haven't got too long. I'm not trying to rush you, but I'm just saying you've probably got about just under a quarter of an hour left,
right?
To get here. But so how's it gone so far then? I mean, do you feel you're active? Because it's definitely nothing about a race.
No.
It's all about the strategy and not wasted miles. Have you had any wasted miles so far, Peter?
I don't think so.
So you've not had to turn back?
We did actually go down one blind alleyway. We had to sort of do a detour. So
okay. Well, look, we don't want to hold you up because there is a bit of a time limit. You've literally got about 10 minutes now. So I would follow your hunches. Yes. And good luck. And thanks for stopping for us and talking. All right. We'll try and catch up with you. All right, Tammy. So there we are. That's another team. So it's not bad. We've found 4 teams, although this was almost by accident, really. But I guess that means we are getting quite close to the Fox. So back to you anyway.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that there is actually now another team at the Fox. So, I don't know, because I think I can see Lynn is actually just getting the mileometer reading. So, she's not near the camera at the moment. Ah, somebody's just pressed the camera.
She's just doing the prep work.
She's doing the prep work. Hello. Right, okay. So, I will come to you, Sonny. You're on the mic now. Go. So
I am on the mic. Go.
So that is.
Thanks for playing the video. That was good.
Oh yeah,
It's been a long time. But
thank you for doing it. Now tell us, how long did that actually take you to do?
Was it 4 or 5 hours? 4 or 5 hours. We did have a lunch break after we turned the camera off, and there was still some dipole work and stuff to be done.
Right.
So we were there all day. We did a 10 till 5 or something like that, and we got a very well catered lunch break, courtesy of obviously Robert's XYL. So
excellent.
Looks after for the destruction crew. It's about the standard fee, really, Tammy.
Oh, is it? So you just need to be fed, do you?
Bribery and corruption always works best, doesn't
it? Definitely. Okay. I don't know if Lynn is almost done, is she? If we can have a word with Colin, maybe.
No, I think they're validating things this very second in time. So
right,
I don't know if you want to come back. I don't think Colin's going to shoot off anytime soon.
No. Okay. Well, I'll leave your audio feed on for a minute. So when they come over, we'll have a word.
We'll send you the secret signal, Tammy.
What's that? A wave?
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah.
Okay. Right. We'll just have a look at the map then for a minute. Okay, right, let's have a look what we've got here. So I think we haven't had a beacon since Wrong Direction were with David there. We've got, that's I think Nev, but that has been there a long time, that beacon. So I think that's not working. That's probably a mobile issue, I think. So I think it's now time to actually reveal where the Fox is, because we've got a little cluster of people down here. So you can see M0 GMK, that's actually Colin, who's just arrived. The Fox is now looking at me with crazy eyes saying, why are you telling people where it is? So there we go, that's where they are, right by the river. So it's very sneaky which side they're going to be. So, right, I don't know. Oh, if I actually... I'm going to go back to the Fox feed, I think. James, are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Right, hang on a minute. Yeah, it's getting a bit dark, but you can hardly see.
We can.
That's a video feed. the top of the mast, and I don't think you can really see anything from that now, can you?
Not really, no.
So it's no. Oh dear.
we can
Oh
just,
well, never mind. I'll put you back to my face.
We can just
I
see
have
a
got
tree in a
another
horizon.
Huh?
We can just see a tree in a horizon.
Yeah, that was a lovely horizon over there earlier, but I'm
Yeah.
afraid it's got a little bit too dark, unfortunately. So it's let's say hang on a minute. Let's see if we can go on. I'll I don't know. We'll wait until the 45 seconds or 45 quarter to, and we'll give a few more clues. Actually, we've got another transmission coming up.
Yeah, we'll
Cool,
stay with
didn't
you
we?
for that, if that's okay.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I think, because obviously we're finishing at quarter to, this will be the last transmission, unfortunately, because we'll have to give people time then to find us as such. So here we go. M0 UKS Mobile on behalf of the Norfolk Amateur Radio Trophy Fox Hunt. Well, folks, because we're finishing obviously in 5 minutes' time, there won't be any time for another transmission after this one. So you need to be taking your bearings and literally, trusting your bearings and turning up where you think I am. Unfortunately, the evening seems to have just sort of shot away as such. But we are here. We are still waiting, and you have still time. And I think I see a set of lights. So hopefully there's another team that's found us. So fingers crossed. So hope you're doing well, folks. Hope you're going to find us. This will be the last transmission. Then we'll be standing here for another 4 minutes, hopefully for you to turn up. M0 UKS, wishing you all the luck, and hopefully we'll see you shortly. Wow, that was the last transmission, unfortunately, Tammy.
Oh, well, okay.
So, but we have got another team, so I don't know whether you want to just swap to the camera or not.
Yeah,
So
okay.
the outside camera.
Lovely. I'm just going to quickly go to David first, I think. So I'll be with the other team in a moment. All right.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, David, we're with you.
Yeah. Now we said we weren't going to reveal the Fox location until near the end, and we are very near the end now, with just another 5 minutes to go. Now, what's tricky about it? This is a public road, and on the signpost at the end of the road it says to river, but there is a stave at the end of this. But it is very narrow, as you can see, and actually does prone to flood a little bit. Now, if you have a look at this now, this bit here, it looks worse than it is, though it's only about an inch or so deep. This was the bit we were worried about, and this is why I told everybody to just bear in mind that although this will be more challenging, we would never give you anything that was dangerous. And that's why actually from a distance, it looks like it could almost be flooded, but it's actually about an inch deep because James took a video and I think it showed a cyclist through it. So there's nothing too much to worry about, but it does look worse than it is. So if you can see that, it's reflected because it looks almost like water, just like a river. Then that was why it was cunning, and that was why it was such an excellent location for this. Kevin's having quite a job actually driving through it. Some of the people with a bigger vehicle like this is, maybe unnerved a bit by it, but it is all legitimate in that it is a public road and it's quite safe, as I said, with just an inch or so of water. Oh, I think my car's going to need a bit of a polish though at the end of it. So this is what it's about though. For the trophy, it's pretty much always tricky and dastardly, and I think and it has potholes down here as well. I think they've fulfilled that remit. But anyway, I'll hand back to you, Tammy, see what the latest is. I don't think we are going to be...
we're here, basically.
Yeah, we're basically here. I suppose if you want to stay with us, Tammy, what are things looking like there?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, we'll stay with you if that's okay, because we have. I can say that Bitten have arrived as well. And we haven't had a word with either Colin or Bitten yet. So I mean, if you want to do that instead of you going to the other feed,
oh well, I could do. Yeah,
that would be better. Better to come from you, I think. So we'll stay with you.
Okay.
I can tell you.
Well, let's get out of the car.
I can exclusively reveal that.
Yes, but you need to.
Are you listening? I can exclusively reveal that the last of the summer wine are on the other side of the river.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So have you told everybody where everybody is?
Yes. We
Right.
have. I have revealed where the fox is.
Now, let me just. It's rather wet here, so in case you haven't followed this, we have arrived now at the Fox, and this is where we're at. And we just moments ago saw the Bitten group, and you were at the pub, weren't you? The Fur and Feathers pub. Might have known that you'd be at a pub somewhere. Oh, yeah. But well done anyway. Lynn, hello, Lynn. You've been keeping track, so we've revealed our sort of cover now, and we've come here. But we've met with 4 teams. I can tell you that Stuart and Zena did open the envelope, so they have stopped. I should tell everybody at home actually that every team gets a little envelope which is sealed. But if they want to at any time, they can open it to find out where it is. There's a little map, and they can then go and like this, exactly like one of these envelopes, and they have to return it intact at the end. But of course, if they decide they can't find it by any other means, then they can open it to find out where we are. So I can't remember that Spanish name. Tammy, what was that Spanish name?
Oh, it was Orpido. Oh no, what was it? Orpidos I've forgotten what it is now. I haven't got my piece of paper where I wrote it down.
That's all gone back to Broad Norfolk, girl.
Oh no,
anyway, never mind.
Pordidos, that's what it is.
Let's, as we've got a roving camera here, let's talk to Lynn and see how it's been tonight. So how many teams have you got back, Lynn?
4 teams so far.
4 teams?
Yeah, 4 teams so far back.
So we know there's 3 more out there trying to find it at the moment.
We think someone's actually given up, haven't they?
They have, yes.
Yeah.
Stuart and Zena with the name that Tammy will say in a minute.
Yes, so unfortunately, we think there might be a couple of others who are not going to get here.
Okay. Remember, though, it's all about the times, and we don't know those yet. And you're keeping a record, aren't you, of everybody and checking it when they get in?
Everybody, checked in.
And all the trips and everything else. So we'll be doing a check of those in a little while. I guess we really are coming up to the last now. And I guess, should we just go and have a quick word with the Fox? Because it's now on the last transmission I make it. And we'll come and say hello to everybody. Well done, all of you who found it. Oh, James, are you on the last over now? Or have you done it? You've done the last over.
45 minutes is up. So all the teams that are here that have made it, obviously one of those is the winner of the trophy.
Okay. It's almost as exciting as The Apprentice or something, like the way you said that.
It is, and we've got a lovely look. We've got
this is a lovely view. There's a pub near here, everybody. It's only a few yards away. The only problem is you need a boat.
Yeah.
I hope you can see that at home, Tammy. Does that show?
Yeah, we can
accurately?
see that. Yeah, can you go and have a quick word with Colin and his wife, and also you just spoke to Bitterners, didn't you? So, but we haven't spoke to Colin yet.
We
since
have,
he's got there.
Right. Okay. All right. I'll do that. Colin and Jenny, excuse me. Can we just bother you for a moment because you've made it here?
We made it.
You didn't open the envelope.
We didn't open the envelope.
All right. So you've got past.
We didn't phone a friend.
You didn't phone a friend. Good. Is this dastardly?
Could be. Well, I'll be Muttley then.
Yeah. Right. But I mean, you can see the obvious trick here.
Yes.
Or not trick,
we were worried about that one.
Yes. So we understand that one team, thanks to APRS, we know is possibly the other side of the river now.
Well, can you order get some beers in?
Yeah, they could do, couldn't they? Because this is not such a bright idea, isn't it? There's no food or drink here except the stuff that we brought for you. But anyway, well done. We're shortly I'm just going to get my figures out that I got originally. We're going to compare them with Lynn, and we're going to work out who the winner is.
Okay.
So, all right. So thanks very much for taking part to all everybody here.
Well, at least we finished this time.
You have finished, absolutely. So, Tammy, if you can give us a few minutes, I'm just going to go and get the vital bits of paper that just verifies the original mileages when we left. We must do that, to be fair. And then we'll come back to us. We'll come back to Lynn and she'll announce who the winner is.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Right. I think I've got one more video, so I will play that for you. Just make sure you can hear at home. Okay, yep. This is actually a video that Bob, who is on our Zoom, sent us. I think he sent us a couple of weeks ago, Bob. It's about an owl. So let me go over to that, and then you can have a watch of that. Isn't nature a wonderful thing? Excellent. Bob, do you want to tell us a little bit about that video? Hang on.
As I should have done. Have you got me? Yeah, can you hear me?
I've got you. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's at Hatfield House. Originally, they put it up for a different species, and then moved it out of where it was to there, and thinking, well, okay, let's just see what turns up. And then next minute, there was an owl in there. So
Wow, sexy.
yeah, she had 2 chicks, no problems. We only ever saw the female. So don't know what happened to the male, whether he was still about or what, but the female was the only one that we saw in and out. And as you say, went off, caught a vole, and come straight back and fed them.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't.
And then it was off again for another one.
Yeah, it
So,
wasn't
but
gone
they've
long
all-
at all, was it?
No. Oh, it was. We had to cut that down
Oh,
quite
you
a
did
lot.
cut it a little.
Otherwise, you would have waited
Okay.
5 to 10 minutes
Oh, right, okay.
between them.
Yeah.
So we actually edited the video just so that, give it a couple of minutes rather than 20 minutes. That's the main thing. But yeah, but all fledged okay, and now all gone.
Excellent.
So, no problems. And I will say that was done with a little camera that I bought from the club.
Oh, was it? Oh, lovely.
Yeah, amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
excellent.
yeah, no problems at all. Thanks
No,
very much.
Good, lovely. Well, thanks
All
for that.
Right.
Right, okay. I think, David, can you hear me?
That Lynn can't hear you, but we've got all the teams around us,
Right,
have we?
okay, just hang on one
We're
second.
going to make
I'll just
more
come to
noise than
you.
that party lot over there. Have we got all the teams around us? Copyright claim, yeah, no music. Don't throw us off Facebook yet, please, whatever happens. Okay, look, yeah, we've got 4 teams here. This is basically it. By the time that we said, which was 1:45, the teams that are here in reverse order. Now, Lynn is going to read
in
them.
reverse
In reverse
order.
well, they're all here. Look, Lynn, I can help
Okay.
you here. So in reverse order, with 14.5 miles,
It's Colin and Jenny.
with the team name.
Team name is, what is it?
Still Meandering.
Still Meandering.
Okay,
Well done.
so they're in 4th place.
Yep.
In 3rd place,
Is the Bittons.
Bitterners with
10.5 miles. Well done, everybody.
and
That's good as
actually
well.
joint
Joint third
second place, if you
Yeah.
like to put it that way.
Joint second, third.
Well, sort of, yeah, because these are the same
Oh,
mileage.
they're the same mileage, sorry. It's the Destruction Crew.
10.5 miles.
Oh,
Oh, it's a boat. We better just have a look at that.
Oh, wow.
Now this. Can you put your thumbs out, everybody? Oh, wow. We couldn't have planned that better, could we? There doesn't seem to be many people on there, but they are making a good time, I'm sure. Oh, are they on the top? Oh, right. I'd absolutely hate to be on the top of a boat like that, especially if you didn't know it was going to happen. But anyway, I'm not going to mention. I'm not going to mention that.
You've got your slippers on.
And you got slippers on, yeah. So, but anyway, the first place, the most important thing about what it's all about tonight, first place.
Is Milo and 8.5 miles, and that's Bob and Mike. Well done.
So well done. Now, they've actually gone. Unfortunately, they've sort of left. This is a bit of a tricky place to get to, and it isn't for the faint-hearted. Would you all agree? It is. No, but it isn't. So that understandably, we respect the fact they want to get home in daylight. So I'm sure you'll understand. But hopefully this has been good fun for you at home. I know it's been good fun for everybody here. We've still got to repatriate at least 3 teams who are out there now, or 4 teams, I think. So hopefully they might make it here. I could just feel my phone buzzing on my watch a moment ago, so I expect that's one of the teams telling us. But anyway, I just want to say thank you very much indeed to everybody here, to the Foxes, which was Lynn, and to James, and also to Katie and James, who came and helped earlier on as well. And to all of the teams here, thank you very much for taking part. And to those who didn't quite make it here in time, thank you. And thank you at home for watching as well. We'll see you again from another edition of NARC Live next week. But I'll hand back to Tammy now for a closing video on what you could have done if you'd have driven this correctly. Back to you, Tammy, in the studio.
Lovely, thank you. Right, well done to Bob and Mike. Excellent for getting there, and for getting there in the shortest amount of time. So that's we're going to wrap up soon. What I will just do quickly is just say hello quickly to the people at home again, because we haven't seen you much this evening, so I'm going to come to you guys. So if anybody wants to say hello or goodbye before we go, then put your hand up and take yourself off mute. Tony, excellent, hi.
Well, hello and goodbye.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, well done, Tammy. I did sort of figure out they were at the ferry, but I did think of getting the boat and going up there, but it would have taken about 3 hours.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. Yeah, no, it's, I think it was probably a good place. And they certainly sent one team around the Mulberry Bush. So, yeah, excellent. Lovely. Right, good to talk to you, Tony.
Well done, Tammy, as always.
Thank you.
Good to know you're in charge.
Well, yeah, it's, to be honest, I'm most happy pressing the buttons and doing the hosting is not really my thing. When my partner in crime's not here, it's a bit and what we're going to do next. But never mind, we got there, so it's all good.
Well done.
Thank you. Okay, Phil, I think you have unmuted, so would you like to say something?
Yes, hello, and another really good outside broadcast, Tammy.
Excellent,
and
thank
David. You. Well done, Mike and Bob, and everybody else that managed to find them. Yeah. Cheers.
Lovely, thank you. M0ZAE, sorry, I can't quite remember what your name is. Forgive me. Henry, of course, sorry. We haven't spoken to you yet, Henry. Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. Great fun. Really enjoyed that. That was good. And well done to you and David. That was really brilliant. And I've forgotten who the driver was there, but excellent.
It was Kevin, the driver.
That's it. That's right, yeah. Good thing. I'll see if I can take part next time. If not, we'll do one here as well.
Yeah.
I'm a bit far away.
Yeah. Well, it's still lovely that you were able to join us.
Yeah, it's been really nice. Thanks.
Good to see you. Okay, Bob, if you want to just say a quick hello and goodbye. You want to unmute yourself?
1 minute.
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah, okay, yeah, great. I've been following it on, because I'm a member of the APRS, so I've actually been following them all on my own map. Although you've shown yours, I've been following them. And so, yeah, no problems at all. Well done, Tammy and David. Very good evening. Another good, entertaining evening. So thank you very much.
Yep, no problem. You're good to see you all on there, and thanks for joining us on Zoom tonight. Okay, so that really only leaves a few things for me to say before we... I'm just going to take David out of my ear because I've had enough of him now. Okay, so let me just recap what's going on in the club next week. So, so next week we've got... sorry, I've just got loads of buttons to press at the moment. And so on Sunday, we've got the GB2RS News on GB3MB at 7 o'clock. On Monday, we've got the Monday Night Net on GB3MB at 7:30, which is hosted by Michael 2E0SZP. And at 8:30, we've got the 80-metre CW Net. And don't forget, next week here on NARC Live, we're back to 7:30 again. So it was just a one-off this week for being at 7 o'clock. And we've got Heather, M0HMO, who's going to talk to us about high-altitude balloons. So that sounds like a great talk. Don't forget that you can, if you want us to send a card to anybody, just send us an email and send us your pictures, your news, anything, and your guesses for the what on earth is this? So and that picture will be on the weekly newsletter this week, and it'll also be on Facebook shortly as well. So thanks for joining us tonight. I'm sorry if it's been a little bit here and there, but you know, we got through, and we managed to get 4 teams to the Fox, so that was quite good going, I think. But what I'm going to leave you with now is actually a video which James, who has been speaking at the Fox tonight, M0UKS, he actually did us a little video, which is a little time-lapse video of them driving to the Fox location the other day. So I'll leave you with that before we go off air, and I'll say good night. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all next week. All right, bye-bye.